In this video, we will continue our introduction to set notation and probability. We will continue exploring Venn diagrams and using the proper symbols of set notation and probability. So let's go ahead on with problem number 5 through 8. Among the Georgians who voted in the 2012 and 2016 presidential elections, this Venn diagram shows the percentage who voted for Obama in 2012, that's the left circle, and the percentage who voted for Trump in 2016, that's the right circle. Use this to answer the following questions. Before we go on, please understand the following. Obama 2012, Trump 2016. Those are two different years. Obama and Trump did not run against each other. People were not choosing between Obama and Trump. All right, I'm mentioning that because a lot of students said, oh, the people out here are people who didn't vote at all. Like as though Obama and Trump were the only options that they had. So if they didn't vote for Obama and they didn't vote for Trump, then they must not have voted. These are not even the same years, okay? So Obama ran against John McCain, and Trump ran against Hillary Clinton. McCain and Clinton are not in the diagram, all right? So people who didn't vote for Obama or Trump, depending on the year, they might have voted for John McCain if it was 2012, or they might have voted for Hillary Clinton if it was 2016, or one of the third-party candidates. So please don't think that this question mark represents people who didn't vote at all. Another big hint that tells you that this does not represent people who didn't vote at all is the description of the diagram. The first thing it says, among the Georgians who voted, this is what happened. So this is strictly a picture of people who voted in these two elections. Now, what is the number that goes here? Well, these are all percentages. So that means we're talking about out of 100. That's what percent means, per 100. So the total of the whole universe would be 100% of the people. That's automatic when you see percentages. So we need to add these numbers up and subtract from 100 to see what the leftover percentage is. Okay, I think I'll have to slide this to the left, make room for my calculator. So these numbers add up to, let's see, 37 plus 8 plus 43. Okay, that's a total of 88. So of course that leaves 12%. You know, 100 minus 88 is 12. So that's the number that goes where the question mark is. So this should be 12% over there. And that's the first thing they asked us at problem number 5, 12%. Okay, now what does this represent? We've definitely decided that it doesn't mean they didn't vote. It just means that they voted for other people besides Obama or Trump. Okay? It's people who voted for neither Obama nor Trump, if you want to say it in a formal way. And I know it sounds kind of formal, but I think it's worth getting comfortable with this way of phrasing things, because it does come up a lot and it's a convenient phrase to know, this neither nor construction. So if you're outside of the circles in a Venn diagram, then that's neither this circle nor this circle. All right, what else do they want to know? Fill in the blanks. What percent voted for Obama in 2012? Man, okay, I'm remembering now. I'm having flashbacks, like some kind of PTSD or something. These questions right here, these were the most commonly missed questions on the quiz. So pay attention because this is really simple, but people mess it up. please understand that when we talk about people who voted for Obama in 2012, this is the circle for Obama 2012. Everybody in this circle voted for Obama in 2012. Everybody in that circle. A lot of people put 37%. I want to say most of the people who took this quiz put 37% as the answer. That's wrong because you're leaving out the 8%. These people are in the Obama circle. They also voted for Obama in 2012. All right? They voted for Trump in 2016. That was another election. They were free to vote for somebody else. So you have to add these numbers together. So that's why we're talking 45. All right? I'm adding these numbers up. So 45% voted for Obama in 2012. Oh, I don't need to write the percent sign because they already gave it to us. Similarly, the percent who voted for Trump in 2016 is not 43. This is the Trump circle. All right? The people who voted for Trump includes the 8% and the 43%. That is 51%, not 43. Okay? All Trump voters in 2016. So that's why you had to put 51% voted for Trump in 2016. Okay? What percent voted for Obama in 2012 and voted for Trump in 2016? Well, that's going to be the overlap between the two sets, of course. So, most people got this right. These are the people who voted for Obama in 2012 and voted for Trump in 2016, 8%. And then what percentage voted for Obama in 2012 or Trump in 2016? Well, we know that or is more, and if you look at a Venn diagram and you wanted to shade it, or would be all of both. So, of course, that's going to be all three of these numbers right here. So, all we have to do is add up those numbers. So that's just going to be, well, you know what? We did this before, and it turned out to be 88%. I'll just do it again real quick. We did 37 plus 8 plus 43, and that was 88%. All right, for problem number 7, we're still using O for voted for Obama in 2012 and T equals voted for Trump in 2016. Now we're going to find the probability of O and not T. Well, here's a trick that I like to use. Let's look at and versus or on a Venn diagram. A good trick to use is if it's an and problem, start with A and then make it less using B. If it's an or problem, you still start with A, but then you make it more using B. I like to say or is more. All right? And is less, or is more. So either way, we start with the first set, but if it's and, we'll make it less. If it's or, we'll make it more. Let me show you what I mean by that. So this is an and problem. So I'm going to start with O, and then I'm going to make it less using not T. So let's start with O. So when I say start with O, I mean highlight everything that's inside of O, all the numbers in O. Okay? Now, because this is an and problem, the only thing that will change is that we will make it less from here. So you can forget about the 43 and the 12. It's going to become less. So how do we make it less? Well, look at the next part of the statement. Not t. Okay, we have to only use numbers that are not t. So which one of these do I have to get rid of? Well, I have to get rid of the 8%, all right, because 8% is part of Trump. It's part of t. And we want it to be not t because of this. All right, so we'll use the not t rule to narrow it down and make it less. So that's what I meant by start with the first set, and when it's and, you make it less using the second set. So that leaves 37%. Okay, that's probably the easiest way to think about it. So that's 37%. Now, this next one is an or problem. So I'm still going to start with the first one, but then I'm going to make it more using the second one. So the first one says not O. So I'm going to start by highlighting everything that is not O. So let's go back to the Venn diagram. Okay, and we're starting with the first one that said not O. So think of all the numbers that are not O. 43 is not O. It's not inside circle O. 12% is not O. So we'll start with those, all right? We're definitely going to keep that. Now this is an or problem, and or is more. So that means we're going to start with these two numbers, but we're going to add on some more numbers using the second part of the statement. So in addition to what we have, we will also highlight T. So not O, we already highlighted that. Now we're going to highlight T. So everything in T, that's 8 and 43. 43 is already highlighted, so I'll just go ahead and highlight 8. So I started with not O, and that gave me 43 and 12, but then I had to add more because this is or. So I added the 8 because the second rule says T for Trump. So these three numbers will be the answer now. So what is that going to be? Well, 8 and 12 is 20. 20 plus 40 is 60. So that's 63. So this is going to be 63%. All right, that's my favorite way to do these problems. Now, I'm going to go back and do it kind of the long way, just in case there are probably some students that are just not comfortable. You don't understand the method that I just tried to show you. So maybe you'll understand if I explain it another way. You know that and is the overlap between two sets. So let's think of it that way. The first set is O, so I'm going to color that in one color. So this is O. This is everything that's inside of O, which of course is these two numbers. But I'll just go ahead and highlight the whole circle. All right, that's O. Okay, the second set is not T. So now I'm going to pick a different color, blue, and I'm going to highlight everything that is not T. All right, so not T means everything that's outside of circle T. So here I've highlighted in blue everything that is not T, everything outside of the Trump circle. So this is an and problem, so we're looking for the overlap between these two sets, which of course will show up in green because that's the overlap of yellow and blue. So the only number in green is 37%, so that's why 37% is the answer. All right, so if I use the coloring method, anytime I have an and problem, I use two colors. You're going to see that anytime I have an or problem, I just use one color because we want all of both, not the overlap. So I'll just use one color and shade in both sets, and I'll just keep everything I shade, all of both. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. So first I'm going to shade not O in yellow. Okay, so that means I'm going to shade everything that is not in the Obama circle. So there's the first set. That is not O, everything that is outside the Obama circle. All right? Now, because this is an OR problem, I'm not going to change colors for the second set. The second set is T. So now I'm going to shade everything that is circle T. Same color. All right, so now here I am shading in circle T, and it doesn't matter that part of it is already shaded. I'm just going to make sure that circle T is in fact shaded in. So now I've done both. I've shaded not O, and I've also shaded T. So for OR, you can just use one color because you want all of both sets. Everything I've shaded is part of the answer. So what numbers did I shade? The 8%, the 43%, and the 12%. So that's why I got 63%. So that's another way of looking at doing and or on a Venn diagram. So hopefully you understood one of those ways. Okay, looking at problem number 8. What is the probability that one of these Georgians voted for Trump in 2016, given that he or she had voted for Trump in 2012? Okay, let's write down the notation. I find that it helps focus my mind. All right, the probability of voting for Trump, given that you voted for Obama. So probability of Trump of T given O. All right, that's what we're trying to calculate. Now, I love given problems. And the reason why I love them is because they turn out to be really easy. When I have the probability of something given something, the given part always turns out to be the new total. All right, the first part is the target. Okay, if you're not familiar with this, when I talk about probability, anytime I see the word probability, I'm thinking target over total. All right, at its most basic, that's what probability is. The target quantity divided by the total quantity. Okay, but the given always turns out to be the new total. So let's take a look at that Venn diagram. Watch out for these colors. So the new total is O, circle O. So I'm going to color that blue right now. So here's the new total is O. Okay, that is the new total. When you're doing a given problem, once you highlight the new total, you should cross out any other numbers that you see because they are gone now. This is now the total. So there can be no other numbers outside of the total. All right, cross them out so you don't accidentally use them. So that's the total. By the way, what is that? So 37 plus 8, that's 45. Okay, so that is the total. And you know we're doing target over total. So that's going to be the denominator, 45. Now the target is going to be T, Trump. So let's go back and highlight Trump. Okay, and here's why I crossed out the numbers that are not part of the new total, not part of the given. I'm not going to count the 43. The only Trump number that I did not cross out is the 8. So that makes this 8 the target. Okay, so I'm doing target over total, and this 8 is the target. So that's why I'm going to put 8 over 45. Okay, Trump over Obama. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and click here in the red apple to watch the next video. Click in the green apple to subscribe, or click the yellow apple for the full playlist.